Thomas Claymore was a retired naval officer and successful real estate investor. On September 18, 2016, he was found unresponsive in his home by his wife, Patricia Claymore. She told 911 that she just returned from grocery shopping and found him, not breathing, slumped on the kitchen floor. When emergency services arrived, Thomas was declared dead at the scene. The initial coroner's report listed the cause of death as a heart attack, due to his age and history of mild hypertension. Patricia organized a modest funeral and quickly had Thomas cremated, citing his wishes. The case might have ended there, if not for a suspicious insurance agent. 3 weeks after Thomas's death, Patricia filed a claim on a $2 million life insurance policy that had been updated only 6 weeks before his death, a change that raised alarms. The insurer noticed that not only had Patricia increased the coverage significantly, but she had also added a new clause, a double indemnity payout for accidental death. Per policy rules, sudden accidental deaths within 60 days of a new policy trigger an automatic fraud review. The insurer contacted the police. What followed shocked the entire community. Investigators learned that Patricia had been married twice before. Her first husband died in a boating accident. Her second died in a car crash. Both had significant life insurance payouts. Both were cremated quickly, and neither case raised suspicion at the time. Even more disturbing, all 3 men had their policies amended shortly before death. Detectives obtained court orders to access Patricia's financials and online activity. They discovered dozens of searches in the months before Thomas's death, including undetectable poisons, how to simulate a heart attack, and payout timelines for accidental death. But with Thomas cremated, there was no body left to test, until a forgotten tissue sample came to light. At the hospital, when Thomas had been briefly revived for a moment before flatlining, an IV line had been inserted and blood drawn for analysis. This sample was stored but never processed. Investigators requested testing, and the results showed the presence of colchicine, a drug used to treat gout but fatal in high doses. Thomas had never been prescribed it. With growing evidence, police wired a confidential informant, a former friend of Patricia, S., to meet her under the pretense of discussing an investment. During dinner, the informant subtly brought up the idea of life insurance policies being easy money. Patricia responded, "You just have to be smart and wait. People die all the time. If you play it right, you come out okay." This veiled statement, combined with the toxicology, search history, and life insurance pattern, gave prosecutors enough to charge Patricia Claymore with first-degree murder and insurance fraud. In 2018, Patricia stood trial. The prosecution portrayed her as a calculating woman who used charm and manipulation to target wealthy men, orchestrate their deaths, and profit from it, all without drawing suspicion. Her defense argued that circumstantial evidence wasn't enough, and that Thomas had likely ingested something by mistake. But jurors didn't buy it. The consistency of her patterns across 3 husbands, her digital trail, and the toxic substance in Thomas's system led to a unanimous guilty verdict. Patricia Claymore was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Prosecutors described her as a modern-day Black Widow. While the previous deaths of her 2 husbands remained legally closed due to the cremations and statute limitations, both families have filed civil suits.